My master used to say the quiet mind is happy mind. Quiet mind is governed by inner peace and happiness. So it indicates that this mind should make an inward movement. And the inward movement is restricted, prevented, blocked by its default setting of the mind. The mind always likes to wander outside. So you see that how the teachings of the Eastern wisdom are logical, and it is important to know the principle, and then we contemplate and reflect. Why we contemplate and reflect? The contemplation leads to conviction, and reflection removes the doubt in the intellect. So there is a clear understanding. So what happens? When the intellect has a conviction, understanding these principles, and there is no doubt, will there be any wandering nature of the mind? So half the battle is won by understanding the principles. And then meditation succeeds every time you sit for it. But still there are some doubts, so we will contemplate and reflect. We started with quiet mind is peaceful and happy mind. That quietness, the state of the quietness, lies deeper within us. If I say within us. So it means this mind has to go within to discover that state of quietness. That state of the quietness. Clear? Now what happens? The mind by default is running outside. So we have already covered the mind is running outside in search of the happiness where it is not. So I'm touching upon another very important topic. So that quietness, according to the teachings, is one of the attributes of the self. One of the attributes of the self. Then, okay, self, Patanjali says, Swabhava tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. In the first four sutra, attention to Priscilla. So the fourth sutra says, Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. So he used the word swarupa. Swarupa means, swa means I, rupa means my essential nature. When it is revealed? In deep meditation. So in order to understand, we use another word in Sanskrit which is known as swabhava. Swabhava is my personality, it is acquired nature, and the Swarupa is essential nature. So Patanjali says, Yogash Chitta Vritti Nirodha. When you empty the mind of its contents, then the Patanjali says in the third sutra, Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. That essential nature is revealed. And in the fourth sutra, he gives the entire journey. He says, when you don't reveal, when the essential nature is not revealed, the mind lives in acquired nature. Now, who acquired this nature? We all know, the mind. How mind acquired this swabhava or the personality? Daily living in the world, using instruments of the knowledge, the senses in the mind, experiencing all pleasure, pain, suffering, anxiety, reaction, confusion, attitude, behavior, and much more. This is all about our personality. So we are deepening our understanding so that it becomes very clear. One master says that we are the sum, we are aggregate, sum of cherished ideas, fantasies, reaction, feeling, anxiety, and plus you add all that we experience in our daily life in terms of our anxiety, reaction, fear, doubt. This is what the personality is. So, our master says this is Swabhava. Patanjali says no, from the Swabhava you have to move to Swarupa. So, Swarupa, we can move to Swarupa, our essential nature, by moving the mind, changing the direction of the mind. I heard a story, the guy is running in the west direction in search of the sun. He was exhausted, resting, and the monk came. What you're doing? And I'm searching the sun. What the monk did? Monk pushed the guy and changed the direction. Here is the sun. He left it. That is why we say mindfulness is effortless, natural, transcending. Going little further, to have a conviction, we should understand what this essential nature is not. So there is a clarity. That is how we understand. Where is our home? This is our address. So we filter out the rest. So let us understand a little bit about our personality. So when I said that we are the sum of all these tendencies that makes the mind move outside. In modern science, this Swabhava is known as our personality, which is acquired over a period of time. And it has come from the word persona, the mask. We are going a little deeper. What this mask is known in Eastern wisdom, it is known as Swabhava. Acquired. But we go one step further. We say this mask or the Swabhava is known as false and the secondary self. It is known as Mithyatma and Gaunatma. Mithyatma, false self. How the false self is created? That ego sense deep inside claims, I am the body. And from there the ignorance starts. So once I am the body, then I can recognize other body. You are Priscilla, you are Paul, you are Terry. See that? That is our secondary self. Now when I claim that I am the body, when I claim, I'm using the word claim. That is the part of our personality. When I claim Terry is my student, and the ego sense claims I am the teacher, and now already the duality has been created by the mind. Only at the level of label, the student and a teacher. And once these labels are created, which is known as a secondary self, you are different from me, you have to learn from me. No argument, no question. I am a teacher. So what happens? See that. First, the duality appears to be very casual. And this duality gives rise to millions and trillions of the thoughts and the feeling and the emotion. We start living in the secondary self and continue to accumulate. I have already summed up what we accumulate. Our feeling, our reaction, our response, our anxiety, our duality, our conflict, our confusion, and it continues the journey. The Master says, this is, we are living in ignorance. Now I see that in every majority of the studios here in our country, asatoma satgamaya tamasoma, and for 1 minute until the recitation is there, we feel as if we are in heaven. And after that, everything is turned down. Look at the essence of the meaning of the first phrase, asatoma satgamaya, moving from the false self to the true self. Pick up the second, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, moving from ignorance to wisdom. Third, so when we follow the first two, quietness of the mind is revealed. And the third one, mrityorama amritangamaya. So that very fear of death is simply transcended. Why it is transcended? The ego sense, which is identifying with the body, creating the false self, and the secondary self, drops. Swabhav, Swarupa is revealed. That is the meaning, moving from mortality, death, to the freedom. Now there is no more death. It is the death of the body. So the entire journey starts with understanding the simple principles. Take another simple example, what happens in our mind and how the teacher likes to guide. What is your home address? 75 Jack Road. The moment the mind listens 75, it says these are the 2 digits of my security code of my credit card. Oh, that guy lived for 75 years. People get confused when I say 75 and millions of the thought enters. It is because of the secondary self. This is simply an example. I look at my honey and the image that I have created in my acquired nature reveals, dominates, dictates. I had a wonderful couple here. I'm mentoring him. And they said 99% We love each other. Everything is okay. 99%. Then why should I be in between both of you? No, only 1% is the problem. Did you understand? Acquired nature. That is how we continue to suffer and live in ignorance. So our teacher says that there are 3 layers of the self. Deep inside, innermost layer is the true nature. It hides because the mind is looking for happiness in the false self, that I am the body. In the secondary self, and the mind, that is why, because the happiness is not there, the permanent happiness is not there. I'm not saying pleasure is not there. Pleasure which is short-lived. And then the craving starts. The pleasure is not fulfilled. Hesitation starts. Pleasure is there. Permanent happiness is not there. These masters never ignore that pleasure is not there. So you see there are 3 layers. So what is the fundamental problem? The fundamental problem is ignorance. And what is this ignorance? Explained. Ignorance has nothing to do with illiteracy. Or literacy. It says it incomplete knowledge. So why I get the incomplete knowledge? Because in my mind and the intellect there is a mixture. Everything is, we say messed up. I don't have a clarity who I am. I'm husband, past impression. Acquired nature returns. Oh, you. No, I'm not going for it. You crazy son. Or you crazy teacher. So what happens in meditation or mindfulness? We recognize, we know, we live, we work from the real self. So what about the body and our relations? They are the secondary self. That claim by the ego that I am the body drops down, and then the ego works like chief executive officer. It doesn't claim that I am the body. See the difference. That ego sense works like a trustee. Doesn't claim the ownership of the body, the mind, and the intellect, and the thoughts and ideas and the fancies. You are enjoying your life. That is the entire journey of mindfulness. So let us start our journey today. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Being comfortable. You see that our entire journey has a clear aim. What is that clear aim? Quiet mind is happy mind. We have already understood how to move about it, what the journey looks like. So when we understand what the journey looks like, and the intellect knows the mind has to move inside, And that is why we are using the first step as being comfortable and carefree. So with that clarity of understanding, we move a little further, look at the neck joint, feel the sensation. And through the knowledge we understand that sensation means at ease. If it is not at ease, adjust in a line. No objection. And then comes, I'm at ease. And the moment you feel the sensation, the knowledge is there that you are at ease, instantly the steadiness is revealed. You are not enforcing the body to be still. Same way, look at the shoulder joints. Sensation, at ease or comfortable, and steadiness. How simple it is. Hip joint, feel the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. Knee joints. We are moving the mind slowly so that it does not return to its acquired nature. So moving slowly means with awareness and attention. It does not mean that when you are moving slowly you invite lot of other thoughts during the practice. So how those thoughts can be bypassed? With awareness and attention. How the awareness and attention works? We move slowly. The way you walk on a slippery road. Every time I use just a common sense in explaining what is mindfulness for a clarity of understanding. And I know one day it will click deep inside you. And done. I'm telling my own experience. Look at the ankle joints. Feel the sensation at ease and steadiness. Entire body. Sensation. At ease and steadiness. So now you recognize acquired nature makes the mind crazy. That knowledge is already there continuously. So then what happens? Thoughts are coming, you know it's an acquired nature. What I have to do? I have to do nothing. So what is that knowledge? Carefree. Thoughts are coming and going. Let it come and go. Let it come and go. Experience the state of being comfortable and also at carefree. And so in our discussion today, we say that the essential nature is always there, hides behind the false self plus secondary self, which is our personality created by the mind. Why it created by the mind? Because the mind is claiming Mithyatma, the false self, claiming Gaunatma. So let me make it very simple, looking at the head and the neck, and just be there. And feel the sensation. So when the mind continues moving inside, a revelation of the sense of relaxation. And there is a natural state of stillness. Let me refer to our discussion that ego sense, claiming that I am the body, triggers a desire to be fulfilled, to be achieved by the body, makes the body stiff, tighten, anxious. Look at it. How deeper the understanding of those masters are. Now the modern science says it's a psychosomatic mechanism. And now what you are doing? Again, look at the right arm. You are just there. In the state of passivity. Inaction. Krishna says in Gita, who has to be in inaction, not the body first. So then you naturally, your experience, you feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So in today's practice, if I say the knowledge in the background that we discussed today is 50%, experience is 40%, and the so-called passive practice is 10%. So the knowledge is 50%, conviction, no doubt, the mind is running, let it run, who cares? The mind goes to the left arm, be there, feel the sensation. Feel the sensation. Let the relaxation reveals itself. So the sense of steadiness. The mind is casually looking at the rib cage. Let us go deeper into the knowledge and see, are you able to separate in your mind? What did I say? You separate in your mind the thought that I am the body to I am not the body. You're looking at the chest and the belly. First experience is simple. You experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Good. Then be there. Does that knowledge strikes you? Does that mixture, I am the body, I am not the body, is clear? The moment it is clear, the knowledge reveals. Every master says, why to practice meditation? So that the knowledge is revealed. And what is that knowledge? I am the true self. My essential nature is Satchitananda, absolute existence, consciousness and bliss. See, I'm linking everything according to the teachings of our masters. Look at the right leg. Feel the sensation. Relaxation and stillness. Yes, move the mind on the left leg, feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire body, the mind is looking dispassionately the body. Why I use the dispassionately? Oh, the mind may have a lot of thoughts, past impression, things, so you are already carefree. You see the way I design it? Strictly adheres to the teaching. It is important. No meditation is mine. It is all yours. At the outset, we understood that it is the mind moving within. Tendencies in the mind is moving out. This mind. Can we become aware? Can we have a knowledge? Can we experience that? So look at the head and the neck, and outside experience sensation, relaxation, stillness, and allow the mind to look inside the head and the neck. Now the knowledge part comes. If your personality goes with the mind inside, what it will say? Now I see some bones and some flesh and some... So you are already in ignorance. So when you are looking inside the head and the neck, there is a projection of the mind. You may feel the space, the blankness, or darkness. That is, what is the sense of quietness? Quiet mind is happy mind. Today's topic was that. No, but I have a lot of thoughts are coming to my mind during the practice of meditation. As if you are saying I'm driving on the road and I was focusing on all the vehicles except mine. So accident is bound to happen. What is your goal? You're moving the mind within. We have already understood. So with that understanding, casual, easy, with awareness and attention, you are looking inside. But the quietness is is supported by some sensation inside, if it is there. That is the state of calmness. Look at the right arm. First, outside. You experience the sensation, relaxation in stillness. Inside, calmness and quietness. Looking at left arm, outside, sensation, relaxation and stillness on the skin of the left arm, and looking inside. Instantly the mind says, yeah, I see the darkness, blankness and emptiness. But no, we go little deeper. We experience that space is quietness and the sensation is the state of calmness. I get only thoughts of meditation when I guide people. It's only thought. Feeling, oh, let me introduce this step, this practice. It becomes so natural. Look at the chest and the belly outside. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Inside, space and the sensation. What is that? Calmness and quietness. So we attribute calmness and quietness to some objective experience. You see, that's a big topic. Possibly I'll take up that next week. The right leg, sensation, relaxation, stillness. You have understood the principle. It is outside. Goal is what it looks like when the mind is living within. And inside the right leg, space and the sensation, calmness and quietness moving inside. The left leg, calmness and quietness. Awareness of the entire body. Awareness of the entire body. Outside, it is sensation, relaxation and stillness. And inside, calmness and quietness. Now I'm using a phrase and you move into that experience. From inside you are looking at the breath. A very clear understanding. I'm looking at my house from outside. Now I'm in the living room. I'm looking at the kitchen. See that? I'm looking at the kitchen. From inside, I'm looking at the breath. So what will be your experience? I converted that into a step to make you aware. I'm not doing anything. So what is those three pointed awareness? From inside you're looking at the breath. The first point of awareness is you experience the breath is going in and out of your body. Second point of awareness, you feel the sensation of the breath every time the breath goes in and every time the breath comes out. Every time the breath goes in and every time the breath. Two-pointed awareness. But because you are not doing anything, see that? Because you are not doing anything, so what happens? The mind does not move outside. That is what we want. So we need to maintain awareness. I'm sitting inside my house, and you say, please don't move outside. What I have to do? No effort? Are we clear? I heard many people saying that focus on the breath. Focus on the breath will bring you relaxation. It will not help you succeed in mindfulness. Nowhere Buddha says focus on the breath. Here. So what do you know at this moment? The mind, as if it is living within, from inside, it knows, if I don't say aware of, leave that. I know, the ego sense gets purified. I know breath is going in and out of the body. The body is this false self. I'm aware of that. And I feel the sensation in the body at the tip of the nose when the breath goes in and out. I know that I am not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Now ego sense. The ego becomes the owner of the body. It says, no, change the breath and then you'll feel relaxed. I felt relaxation when I did the deep breathing. You see? No. This is not the practice, We need to breathe deeply, then it becomes Anapanasati Yoga. So, what is happening? The ego sense has already entered there. And it has destroyed the meditation. And then you have a counter questions. It is not valid, but still the teacher gives you the response to your intellect. The real meditation and the relationship between the teacher and the student is, the teacher always gives answers to you. You are looking at the breath. You are feeling this sensation and there is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Continue. Continue means that you, as if you are doing some activity. There is no activity at all. You are simply aware. Here, maintain that wisdom during the journey. You need not to think about it. And that comes, the awareness of the knowledge comes by listening from a teacher again and again, again and again, again and again. Known as Shravana. Then comes Manan, understanding, removing the doubt, having a conviction. You see that when the intellect has a conviction that your home address is this, do I need to worry? Do I need to check? And the moment if you check it 10 times, the psychologist says, oh, you have a problem. You're repeating the same thing again and again. Problem of mind. So now if I am using the phrase again to make you understand, show this mind a trailer. How? Keep your awareness on the breath. So there is a natural attention. First, become aware of the space outside. Second layer, become aware of the body and experience the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Third, become aware of the calmness and quietness. Return to the breath awareness. And symbolically, move the mind deep inside the heart. So when we say heart, it is not the physical heart, it's the seat of pure consciousness of our true nature. And move the mind, drop the mind, dive deep inside the heart. So what will be your experience? You are leaving everything of the world outside, your acquired nature. And the mind drops deep inside into the infinite space or infinite darkness or infinite blankness. Whatever you want to say. Everything is okay. The journey is that diving the mind, moving the mind deep inside at the center of the heart, center of the chest, and experiencing the infinite space or blankness and waiting there. Sudden experiences happens. What are those experiences? Maybe tingling and the numbness in the body. So don't start questioning, how the tingling and the numbness happens in the body when the mind is diving deep within. That we will take in the following sessions. You may have a vision in color. You may experience as if the body is rising up or sinking into the floor. You may experience body is expanding. What we should do, recognize and accept. No reaction. No excitement. Why? These are all your experiences. You are the experiencer. Sir, experiencer, knower, seer. Buddha says, know thyself through mindfulness. we experience in our depth that state of the quiet mind. We started with the topic, quiet mind is happy mind. Experience the change. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Feel the sensation. Your mind on the left hand. Feel the sensation. Raise both your palms. Place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside your palms. Stay there for a while. Ask yourself, what do you feel? How do you feel? Bring the hands down. And now set up to share your experiences. Quiet mind is happy mind. That is what we discussed with reference to the principle. How are you, Paul?
I'm doing well. I was very numb.
That's really good.
I was very numb. That's really good.
That's a good experience. It simply indicates the mind has gone very deep inside. So there is one thing that if we constantly maintain awareness when we fall into sleep, the same type of numbness starts. Wonderful. How are you, Priscilla?
I feel very calm. I was on my back and I felt as if there was
It's a wonderful experience. Don't forget to contemplate and reflect. How quiet mind is happy mind. How are you, Sangeeta? Bolo.
सर बहुत अच्छा लगता है और जब बीच में पॉज आ जाता है तब मन कई बार इधर उधर जाने की कोशिश करता है पर फिर वापस आ जाता है.
Yeah. She is saying when there is a pause, the mind starts distracting. So in the initial stages, that is why I speak constantly, even if I don't feel like. That's wonderful. Haji, or now coming to Shobha. How do you feel, Shobha? I'm suffering from cold and cough, so it was giving me lot of trouble. I understood your... Okay. Take care of the cold first, and then we will do meditation. Very good. So what about you, Samir?
Sir, I think it was total blankness in my mind. I was feeling like a black color river is flowing in my head. In the whole meditation, I don't know what was happening.
That's wonderful. That's a beautiful...
Black color water, filled with black color water is flowing in my head. Going and I didn't know what is happening.
It simply means the mind is now likes to live constantly within, bypassing the personality, the two part, the Mithyatma and Gaunatma. That's a wonderful experience. So what about you, Pushkar? You see that they are doing in...
So I live in Swabhav, in meditation.
Don't live in Swabhav, you have to live in Swarupa. Swarupa is your essential nature. Swabhav is your personality. So we have Rajiv Benz, he says that he has been practicing a lot and he knows, he understands. But anyhow, what is your experience, Rajiv?
Sir, today I felt immense silence.
Immense silence.
Very calm.
Very good, very good.
Immense silence.
Very good. So last one is Shivam, you joined later, but anyhow.
First of all, I'm really sorry. I missed the last class.